What's going on, everybody? My name is Aiden and welcome back to another video. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to talk about one of the players that has had an absolutely incredible run for the Chicago Bulls recently. Now, this run might last the entire season, the rest of the season. This run might end tomorrow, I honestly don't know. But what I will tell you is that this man has taken an absolute leap in his game and is showing the world what he can bring to the table when he is the main, or not even the main guy, the guy with the ball in his hands in this team. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I want to talk about my fellow Australian, Josh Giddey. I want to talk about how good he has been for the Chicago Bulls and just overall how this may change the landscape of the Chicago Bulls in the near future. But before we get any further, if you like the video and you want to see more from me, drop a like, drop a follow, and or subscribe if you are new, and let me know in the comments below your thoughts about the Chicago Bulls. And Josh Giddey, do you think the Bulls are going to re-sign him? I've already asked this question, but I love to hear different opinions, and the more people that can speak about it, I think is always better for the channel and better for, just everyone involved. And also, how much money do you think he'll get? Because he's earning his way into a very big contract, in my opinion. The post-All-Star break has been the best version of Josh Giddey I think we have seen in the NBA. Definitely for the Chicago Bulls, but in the NBA in general. The guy's averaging near triple-doubles almost every single game. There are certain games where he's getting 20 and 10s. There's certain games where he does get the triple-double. But it's not even the stats, it's the way that he is playing. He's taken control of the Chicago Bulls. I remember an interview that Josh Giddey did right after we lost by 40 points to the Pistons, and the Bulls were booing the Pistons the Bulls were booing themselves, or the Bulls fans were booing the Bulls out of the building. And Josh Giddey was talking about how he fully believes this team can turn it around, and he talks about how much that they deserved to get booed and how much that, the players themselves disappointed the fans. And it's never a nice feeling, and I don't want to go back through those moments because that was definitely one of the worst experiences this season for the Chicago Bulls, losing to the Pistons in blowout fashions twice. It's never a nice feeling, right? But since then, we have seen the Bulls fight back. We've seen the Bulls punch and scratch and claw, some victories, some in defeat, but they went out swinging. And that's all I can ask for from this current Bulls team at the moment. And I think Josh Giddey has led the charge. Josh Giddey is at the front of the line. He's the one that's swinging first, and everybody else is following his lead at the moment. And that's where I think the biggest change has happened. It's not the stats, it's the way that he's controlled the game, how he has made this team his own. And you know what? We've been asking for it. In one of the videos previously that I've talked about, I asked who's going to be the guy that steps up next. I expected it to be a Kobe White. I expected it to be the guy that was nearly an all-star last season. And Kobe White's had some good games, had some bad games. He's been very, very similar to what we come to see from Kobe White. But Josh Giddey has really been the one that said, you know what, this is my team now. I'm going to be the one that steps up. I'm going to bring everything to the table. And whatever happens, happens. And I respect the hell out of Josh Giddey for doing that. So his positives has also come in his efficiency. Plus minus wise, he's very much most of the time in the positive plus minus. He does impact the Bulls in a positive way when he's on the court. His three-point shooting has been very good post All-Star break. Now again, with shooters, it's very consistent. I mean, Kevin Huerter at one point in the season shot like 29% from the three-point line. Now for the Bulls, he's averaging around that 40% mark again. So, it could go up and it could go down. So I'm not expecting the three-point shooting to just stay at a massively high level for Josh Giddey, but improvements there is fantastic. You see the confidence in his ability to drive to the paint, and with his ability to drive and kick, his ability to make plays, it makes everything a little bit easier. And then when he does go for those layups as well, it adds more dynamics to his offensive game. And even on the defensive end, Josh Giddey is fighting. Again, we talked about the punching and the scratching and the clawing. Josh Giddey is trying to do that on the defensive end as well. He's played much improved defense as of late. Again, it's not perfect. I don't think you'll ever get perfect defense out of Josh Giddey. You're not going to get a one-on-one ISO defender each and every single possession. You're not going to get someone that's going to close out to each and every single person with absolute perfection. You're not going to get that with Josh Giddey. But if you get effort on that end, you get someone who's going to crash the glass and help contribute on that end. You're going to get someone to play some team defense with you. It's all I can ask for. It's like DeMar DeRozan. DeMar DeRozan was never a great defender, but in a team system, you can kind of hide weaknesses, and if he plays the team defense the right way, you could get away with stuff like that. And with Josh Giddey, there's effort being put into it. There's obviously a team defense behind him. We've got leadership from other guys like Lonzo Ball. It helps. It helps guys like Josh Giddey become better defenders in the league, which is fantastic to see. Now, with all the positives I've been mentioning, what does that mean for the Chicago Bulls in the near future? Well, I've been saying it for a while. The Bulls want to keep Josh Giddey. You don't trade for a guy like Josh Giddey unless you want to keep him around. And he's only making more claims to want to being here long term. And the Bulls wanting him to be here long term. Now, in terms of whether or not he can ever be a number 1 option, a number 2 option, a number 3 option on a contending team, we'll have to figure that out all across the line. The guy's still too young. I still don't think we're in a definite stage with Josh Giddey. He could turn out to be an amazing all-star caliber player each and every single season. Again, this could be a temporary run that we're seeing right now. But the more that he can keep this up, the more money he's going to earn. And that, for Josh Giddey, is going to be a vocal point for him. At the end of the day, NBA players want to earn big money. It is not all about the money, but the majority of it is about the money. He's got a livelihood. He's got a family. I'm sure he will figure it out from there. And it comes down to money at the end of the day, I would say. So the more that he plays to his game, the better that he plays, the more money he's going to get out of the Chicago Bulls. And even if it's not the Bulls, it's going to be somebody else. Another team is going to pay him some money. And it will come down to that. But again, the Bulls are going to fight for him. I truly believe that. And I see no reason why the Bulls can't keep him around. But in the near future, the Bulls might have to make some decisions because you can't pay everybody. At some point, you're going to have to pay Kobe White. At some point, you're going to have to pay Ayo Dosunmu. At some point, you're going to have to pay even other guys, and maybe a Julian Phillips, for example, whoever we sign next in the draft, and all these other guys. You're going to have to pay. You can't pay everybody large amounts of money. So the question is, do the Bulls decide to go with Josh Giddey over someone like a Kobe White, per se? And that's a very interesting question, and one no one at this point in time has the answer to. No one can fully commit, in my opinion, to one way or another. In fact, no one can fully commit to the fact that one of them has to go. That's where I am at the moment. As much as people would like to put the narrative out that it has to be Kobe White or Josh Giddey, maybe it will be down to that. But the way that I see it, if those players are patient enough to wait for their money, I don't see how we can't make different moves and make different scenarios work in order to keep both of them around if we need to. But that's the thing. The Bulls have a lot of decisions to make there. And Josh Giddey, the way that he's playing, the near future, with him probably going to get paid a large amount of money, the near future is you need to expect changes to be made to this roster. Whether we like those changes or not, expect changes to happen. It could be Kobe. It could be Patrick Williams. It could be Ayo Dosunmu. It could be other guys on this team. But expect those changes to happen. We are not going to get away, I would say, unscathed in that regard. And will that be worth it? Time will tell. But that's what the near future is for the Chicago Bulls. And it might be a good problem to have. I mean, if you're going to talk about two players that are playing so well, and you have to pick between the two, maybe at some point you don't. That's the thing. That's the beautiful thing. But it comes with patience, and maybe players having to make some sacrifices there. If that can happen, you might be able to see a bunch of good players play with each other. But maybe that's not what it's going to come down to. Maybe we are going to go in different directions. Maybe we are going to make trades that we will have to sit here and accept in order to see what the next progression is. I honestly don't know. But yeah, I'm very impressed. I'm very happy with Josh Giddey. I'm very happy with the situation that we're in. And whatever the future holds, if he keeps up this level of play, not only will he get large money, but I want him around. I want him to be here for the long term if he's going to play like this every single game. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay tuned for more. Take care, and peace.